I'm going to go to you first, so.
Yeah, no, just,
I'm going to call the Finance Committee meeting of Monday, November 30th, 2015 to order. There's not much on the agenda tonight. I'm going to go to Town Administrator Gordon.
yeah, just one thing. Last meeting, the question came up as to what the lights at Sycamore on Weymouth Street, what the actual cost ended up being. And it was reported at the Selectmen's meeting. Benji went into detail, but bottom line, it was $781,000, 788. So the budget was $850, so that's all I have.
And that-
What? I'm sorry.
The amount that was appropriated, approved, authorized for borrowing was $850,000, so
And that's the all-in, 100%.
that's
Done.
That's all, yeah.
Town budgets, our requests went out. How is that process going? Have you, department heads and whatnot?
Yeah, so we had a department head meeting. I'm not really, I just reiterated that you folks have your deadline at the end of December. And I actually met with a couple department heads, one being here, the chief, just to kind of go over it and point out, well, this, you might want to focus a little more in this area, that area. And then they're going to submit them to you guys. And as we said, I'm going to do a budget as well. I won't have that done by the end of December, but probably by the end of January. We'll see how that plays out. But you guys will get the Finance Committee will get their budgets. The department heads know what their due date is.
Okay.
And
No major questions out of that or anything?
no, I think they're just used to it.
Yep. Seems like it, so, okay. Borrowing, I know at the last selectmen's meeting, I think it was, did they authorize the borrowing for the?
They signed the bonds for the borrowing for the schools. It was 3.14% rate, and saved, really, compared to what we had projected, it was a savings from that of, geez, I was prepared then. It was like $9 million. I don't know if you watched the meeting, but I had the detail at that time. It was about $9 million over the 5.25. That was sort of what we had projected when we were, selling the project, which was a valid percent, a good conservative rate to use. So the savings are there, and what was also reported was the first round of, and Peter, you could probably speak to this as well from the school building, the first round of bids came in for the construction work. And they were, was it 2.9 million below the estimate? So that's one round of bids, and there's more to come, but it's a good sign, So I think it's premature to say we saved 2.9 million because they still have to flush through that, and the next round might be, but.
Those are the low bidders, but a couple of them are missing some things, and so they might not be, end up getting it.
That's right, yeah.
Might not qualify as the final bidder because
So the
work
was
was
a low.
But it was a big chunk of the work. I forget what the total was. It was in the ballpark of 30 million, I think, wasn't it? Was it that much?
It was up to, yeah.
It was a lot of the work. It was a good chunk of the work. So,
It was a big number.
Good. We received a memo on the capital budget request forms, as well as detailed description of how the request works and stuff like that. I think it's good information for us to have. Do you have this electronically? Do you know, was this from you, from the capital planning committee, or? I'm familiar with them.
It might be the one we sent out last year. No, that looks a little different.
Cindy, I think it might have come from your office, I guess. Capital Improvement Committee Request Form. And it says, from the Office of the Town Accountant. Is this from your office? You know what this is? Capital Improvement Committee. I know, it was in our box. And it said to all department heads, I was thinking, November 19, 2015.
was in your box?
Yeah.
I don't know what it
Yeah, but it's nice that we
is. Was it me?
see it. But was this from your office? It has your
Let me see what it says.
town account?
Kevin's keeping it regardless.
Is there a date on it?
Yes, the capital project form.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
yeah. No, I knew what it was. I thought you were, I mean,
Well, I
they
just-
went
I
to all
didn't-
departments.
Okay.
They must have just plugged them into.
Yeah,
all-
which is fine. I,
Flip them in every,
good, no, it's all your financial stuff we always get. That's good.
you have a capital project?
No, we don't have any capital projects, but it's nice to see, but do you have this electronically so I can share it with the rest of the committee?
You know, I don't. I think Arthur George probably.
Okay.
I can get a copy.
Okay.
Margie has it electronically?
Actually, Susan,
Susan will take care of it. If Susan can't, then we'll reach out and figure out where else we have to get it from.
So that's another thing that came up at the department head meeting. We talked about, those requests are due the
Next
next
week.
Thursday, which I believe is that the 10th? December 10th, next Thursday?
the meeting, yeah.
And
December 10th.
so department heads are aware of that, and they're preparing their submissions.
And so this went to all department heads, no matter if historically they don't request things, but they still would have been exposed to it.
They would have, and we had full attendance at the department head meeting.
So I just mean like
They-
a library or a council on aging,
Yeah,
or somebody
no, they
that, you know,
do.
normally isn't in the loop for capital, but,
Yeah, you'd
might
be
have something.
surprised. I asked the question, raise your hand if you're submitting something, and more hands went up than I thought. Certainly more hands went up than there's money to support, but.
well, that's fine. We can make a plan.
On that note, we
Yep.
discussed that at the Primary School Building Committee, what everybody thought the process should be. It was the understanding of folks on the committee, including the chairman, that all requests for the school for maintenance purposes, that would even go into the capital, should come through Primary School Building Committee. But they were gonna go look at the original bylaw, or the latest bylaw, just make sure that be fact, but the opinion of the people sitting on the committee was that the request from going through us to capital, is if it involves maintenance.
Yeah, I have a to-do on that, just to find out what if there's anything in the bylaws, and then go to the statutes to figure out, you know.
Exactly.
I think it's the right approach, because we got people on that committee that are in the know, so to speak. So I think it should be more of a collaborative effort to figure out what the needs are in the buildings.
And that's about it that I have for tonight. Does the committee have any other things that we need to be discussing tonight?
We talked earlier about people on the committee remembering questions that they would like to be asked when you go meet with your different groups. I don't know if anybody's given it a lot of thought, or if you want that, send out a quick blitz to all the members, and we can maybe come back with.
I will send out a reminder email for our next meeting. If there's,
Oh, we had a
If they
great
can
time
remember
with the
this
chief,
one.
I mean,
good?
Just, so, like from the previous years, if you've already visited with some
oh,
folks.
yeah, that would, nice.
Follow up on a certain topic or something like that.
We
We'll be
discussed it
back,
before,
Chief.
so.
So I was gonna ask about the subcommittee. So some subcommittees have begun meeting with departments and visiting.
I haven't. Paul Lynch had sent me an email because he wasn't gonna be here tonight. And I did reply to him, letting him know the days that I'm available. And so I'm not sure if he had already reached out to the subcommittee, to the committee. Wait for him to come back, and then together we'll probably get with the committees.
Okay.
And-
Did we go over that last time, Tim? Do you know what, our subcommittees?
Yeah, the subcommittees, yeah. The only thing I'd add, and I guess I'll cover it with the department heads, I wouldn't mind knowing when they are. I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but it'd be good to know. I mean,
Yeah.
you might want to sit in.
Okay.
Okay, so when we set them up, what you wanna,
Yeah, just CC me.
I'm gonna be, cause I'll be setting mine up at the schools shortly, so I'll let you know. Probably be during the day.
I'll send out, so I'll send out a reminder about the
Yeah.
subcommittees, ask them to copy the town administrator, and if there's any questions specific to
To help each other, either each
departments
other
or
know
follow
what
up
to
or
ask.
whatnot, then, you know, some kind of starting point or whatnot.
Follow through.
Alright.
I mean, the gentleman who resigned,
Yes.
what committee was he on?
Thought it was library, I thought it was libraries, town hall.
Yeah, one of the newer folks.
Yeah, so we do have while I'm looking that up, we do have a vacancy on our committee. So if anybody knows of anybody that's interested, they just have to get in contact with us, and we get to fill our own vacancies midterm, so. Makes it easy, just come visit us, and we'll make it easy on you if you're interested.
Come visit and have a seat.
We have a candidate.
Oh, we do have a candidate?
Yes, we do. It's
Oh.
right there.
Would you mind coming up and introducing yourself at the microphone and?
Not sure it's working, but
Okay.
it's
No,
there.
it's working for the people at home.
Okay.
Should be working for the people at home.
Well, my name is Leo Roche. I'm a retired person from MBDA. Live on 203 South Street in Oakbrook, Massachusetts. And I was like, repairer, a foreman, and like a house foreman, and it could do a lot, depending on the situation. I'll be more than happy to help if necessary. I'm here to help.
All right, well, we appreciate that. Any questions from the committee, or? Anything we want to do tonight? Hey, he's at a meeting, that's the first step.
The sooner someone gets on board, the sooner.
So they can get up to speed.
Sometimes,
Yep.
the first year, I know myself, the first year, it's just more of a learning process, you're just listening and trying to understand what's going on. So the sooner you get on the committee, the more you're gonna understand how everything's working. And then you can start giving more input as you go along. That's my feeling.
And doing the meeting minutes, yes.
Sorry. So is there a motion?
Make a
or-
motion to appoint Ms. LaLoach.
Can you say your name, can you spell your name, please?
And my name is Leonel, Leonel.
Yeah?
LaRoche, Laroche.
Ms. LaLoach to the Finance Committee.
So there's a motion, there's a second. Any more discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous, 5-0. Okay, so you've been appointed to the committee. So all you have to do is, before our next meeting, go to the town clerk's office, and the town clerk will swear you in as a member of this committee, and then you can come to our next meeting as a member, as a full-fledged member. And our next meeting is 2 weeks from tonight, on December 14th. And then after that, and then we'll take the holiday break and come back after the first of the year. And I'm looking for what committee the person is on. So if you can let Margie know to take that down from the website or whatever.
And you'll let the clerk know?
I'll let the clerk know, yes. I'll, yes, of the vote. Members. So Mike Lawson was on Public Works and Enterprise
Okay.
with Susan,
Okay, good.
so. All right, anything else for this evening?
Has the calendar been sent out to everybody?
In terms of when we'll be meeting with departments? It was part of the template and the memo, and the calendar all went out at the same time.
No one got back and said. the date-
Nobody's got back yet and said they don't
Don't
know.
do it? Okay.
No.
Just curious.
That might happen as we get closer to dates and they realize conflicts and whatnot, but at this point, we have no scheduling conflicts. Nothing for us tonight, Jim? Nothing for us tonight?
Yeah,
Oh, you do have something.
we've had a couple of problems where
We're in the solution business, not the problem
I
business.
understand. I finally had my worst nightmare, had a flat tire. You know, it's like that for people that from the van, if you're trying to deliver an entire flat and there's nobody else working in the town. Had to have my wife kind of pick me up. She was home.
What about the people in the van?
Well, she delivered them for me.
I was gonna say they're not still in the van, right?
They're there for toes.
So this is, it's got cut off here.
Joe, which one was it? Was it the big one?
No, the small one.
So this is,
No, it was around, it was before, October, it was a holiday in October.
Columbus Day.
so this was a tire and some hubcaps.
No, they didn't replace it.
Okay.
Tired. That's the outfit, like, they just put the spare on it. I had to go get the spare, take it up to Pine Hill. They went down and tried to get it, but you couldn't get the lug nuts off because there was no hubcaps on it. So they were frozen.
Oh, I had that
So
happen
they-
once.
Had to cut the lug nuts off of it. I had to go get a rim. I did get a deal with Sullivan Tire at some town.
Point of FinCom,
We get emails or something, so now we get a discount.
on-
Alright, so this, so you're letting us know that there was a $500 change.
That, and then I got brakes on both of them. Don't, what, this up here, real changes, that's what they have for brakes, front brakes on the front.
Which is what, this section here?
Yeah.
So another 600 and,
600 and
$34.
the other one, I just had to put rear brakes on, and it's gonna be,
did we, was there something extra in the expenses for brakes or something this year? No? Was there something extra in the expense line
No,
for some,
tires.
for tires, okay. But we didn't do it in time for this one?
well, I was trying to hope that I get through the winter, get them just before winter started. The top, the roads there are hot.
So can you give us an analysis at the next meeting, sort of broken down what you think your expense hit will be? And when you think that you'll need that money? 'Cause I
Yeah, well,
doubt you'll be able to make it till, but yeah, I doubt you'll be able to make it till May town meeting.
no,
You'll need it
I
before
got
that,
it.
but,
but this, yeah, that's right. I'm doing no extra money.
Councilman,
Can I just request that something like that goes through the department head, and then it'd be good for it to go to the town accountant so she can see about availability of funds, so.
That's when the flat tire had the demand for it.
Don't we have maintenance funds set aside for
And no one can see
services,
it.
upcoming services and forcing services, especially for the winter months?
so we'll go, what we can do is, I think at this point, Jim's just coming and sort of giving us, hey, this happened. We always ask that, let us know sooner rather than later if something's wrong. Not asking for money tonight. He's just saying, hey, these are things that I know weren't budgeted. We didn't budget having a $500 bill for, tires go wrong and need an extra brakes or something, I guess. We do budget within all of the budgets, a certain amount for, whether it's like on Council on Aging, maintenance on the vehicles. Like he said, we budgeted this year for new tires, but, we'll have to investigate further why, or maybe it wasn't on this vehicle, I don't know. So we'll look into that further about what costs are there and what was budgeted, and is there enough in the budget to cover some of these expenses? Not all of them. A lot of like the Council on Aging is very tight on their expense line item. So when they have $1,000 worth of expenses, it's tough to make up that whole 1,000. In the past, they've been able to kind of meet somewhere in the middle and come up with some money, before we approve any money, we'll get more information as we go further into what the budget was, what's available, and when he thinks that, and when it comes to the vehicles, a lot of times Jim is really the driver in terms of the expense line items, that sort of. But yeah, I do think it should kind of flow that way also. The information should be open to all, if you will. Are there other questions on that? Anything else? You don't have any surprises for us, right, Chief? Okay, good. All right. I'll leave it at that then. Good. All right, so we'll be meeting back here tonight, December 14th, for our last meeting of this calendar year. Is there a motion?
Motion to adjourn?
All those in favor?